5. Lee Cattermole. Red cards 7. The 25-year-old from Sunderland is relatively new to the list, with most players on the list having retired from active competition. Cattermole, as he has been nicknamed by Premier League fans, in very few games he managed to match the red card records of players like Alan Smith and Roy Keane. More on that later. Cattermole has been sent off 7 times in his career and shows no signs of slowing down in his quest to become the player with the most red cards in the history of the sport. Let's hope Cattermole improves in the disciplinary department, as he shows promise in so many other areas of his game. 4. Roy Keane. Red cards 7. Absolutely no one is surprised to see beloved Al Keano on the list. The Manchester United captain has always played with a chip on his shoulder, regardless of the stage of his career. He has always come across as a man on edge and would kill you if you sneezed in front of him. Stories from United's dressing room and their on-pitch antics proved beyond a doubt that nearly everyone was terrified of Roy Keane, all but one man. More on that later. Roy Keane was an integral part of Manchester United's treble-winning squad and was continually singled out as the squad's most important player by Sir Alex Ferguson. His trademark aggressiveness made him a legend at Old Trafford and later around the world. 3. Duncan Ferguson. Red cards 8. Big Dunk is a legend in the Premier League, not because of his accolades and skills on the pitch, but because he looked more like a Mack truck than a human being on the pitch. Ferguson fostered the innate ability to trample everything in his path. He was known to be a loose cannon on the pitch, and coaches couldn't help but see him return for a morning shower. They were probably too scared to tell him to play a softer game and not get kicked out so much. Duncan Ferguson is the best player of the Premier League in terms of average cards collected. At the end of his race PL, he had an extraordinary average of 1 red card every 34 games. 2. Patrick Vieira. Red cards 8. Not only was he one of the best central midfielders to ever wear an Arsenal shirt, but he was also one of the most optimistic players in the game. He has put on some amazing and strong performances for his team, but in the process, he's picked up a string of red cards and had his fair share of on-pitch brawls. Vieira is an absolute legend of the game, and Arsenal are still struggling to find a way to fill the void left by Vieira since his retirement from football. Not only was he not afraid of Keane, but perhaps he was the only one who scared Roy Keane. Keane once quoted, "Vieira could have easily killed me." Their incredible and controversial rivalry is the stuff of legends, and it is remarkable that they have become good friends ever since. 1. Richard Dunne. Red cards 8. Who else could it be? The legendary Irish centre-back tops another list of the most fearless players on the pitch. Richard Dunne has earned quite a reputation throughout his career as one of the angriest players on the court. Constantly looking like a man about to kill kittens, Richard Dunne terrified not only his opponents but his teammates as well. He collected 8 red cards in 413 league appearances. His massive physical appearance combined with his icy gaze made him an absolute force to be reckoned with on the field.